Have you ever created your own Minecraft world? Probably. Either single player with your goal set on defeating the Ender Dragon, or with friends with the goal to simply have some fun. You probably have, but you've unfortunately probably lost interest or your drive for the world within a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month at most. Today, I want to help give you some wonderful tips on how to get yourself set up to hopefully enjoy your world for even longer and potentially committed to your very own forever world. Everyone sets their own goals for the first time they load into the world. Maybe you're the type of person who is punching down a tree immediately after seeing the first chunks load around you. Or maybe you set your eyes on the first animals you see to make sure you have food as soon as possible. Or maybe you just like collecting flowers. Whatever your own personal preference may be for getting started, my suggestion to you is to just take it slow. Give yourself a moment to take in the game and come to terms with what lies ahead of you. Too many people make what I consider their first mistake of launching into their new world with too much momentum, the hallmarks of a speedrunner, and run into burnout way too easily. Don't get me wrong, it's great to be able to get a full set of iron armor and even your first diamonds within the first hour or two. That's not always what you should set out to do, especially if you're playing with other people. My favorite thing to do when I load into a new world is to just walk around taking in the view. If you're not playing hardcore, there's no real downside to not being able to sleep the first night to avoid mobs, so there's no need to rush into finding iron, shearing sheep, and engineering a marvel of a build for a starter base. Maybe decide on what biome you want to build in, or what types of woods and materials you will want to use, the style and size of your ideal builds. Your decisions in these early stages affect how easy those goals are for you in the long run. But don't let that intimidate you. If you need to take some time to think it over, it's okay to spend your first couple of nights in a little carved out cliff face and giving yourself time. Maybe you'll find a gorgeous river to build your dream fishing village on, or a luxurious plateau to construct a wealthy chateau, or even just the perfect little forest nook to build your cozy little cabin. Whatever it is you want with your world and creativity, I just suggest taking that bit of extra time in the beginning to allow yourself to explore and plan. Once you're past that beginning stage, you might run into other problems or things to think about. Some people are the type to get entirely discouraged after they die, others might not know the best ways to find certain structures or biomes, or maybe you just want certain changes to make specific features more accessible to you. In these instances, it's important to think of what rules you want to set for yourself and your world. Contrary to what a lot of commenters online will say, it's perfectly valid for you to turn keep inventory on if you will want to stop playing after losing your first great pickaxe. Trust me, we've all been there. It can be frustrating losing something you spent a lot of time working on. Inspiration is arguably one of the most important motivators to keep you going. Inspiration can come in multiple meanings. I find majority of my inspiration from other YouTubers, such as EthosLab, BWO, Fwip, and Gemini, especially when it comes to building. These specific people help me with my ideas for building projects and even an overall vibe to my world. Depending on your playstyle, finding the right person or people to keep giving you new and fresh ideas can be incredibly useful, especially if they've been going in their own world as long as Etho has. Inspiration can also simply mean finding the right building styles based on real life things to recreate in your world. A method of this that I find interesting is utilizing how old school European cities and ancient cities were built up, how they made their roads and buildings, and using that to help you decide something like rebuilding a village to look a little more realistic. Another important to do for extending your time in any Minecraft world is to make yourself a list of goals. I like to set myself goals for each episode I do of my Let's Play, but your goals don't have to be episodic or have any time constraint. Make a list of projects you want to do, some builds you want to make, redstone farms if you know how, or set aside some time and resources to learn redstone if you don't already know, and it's okay to follow some tutorials. Your goals overall should be something achievable, but don't be scared to set a few harder goals, because they can give you something challenging to push and strive for. But you want to be able to achieve them, because each project you finish will give you some much earned satisfaction that will help you mentally want to keep pushing on. A go-to project I always enjoy attempting is finishing as many advancements in the game as I can. Some of them are much harder than others, so don't beat yourself up if you can't complete all of them, but a lot of them are quite simple and will help to give you something to do if you ever feel lost. Last, but certainly not least, don't get intimidated. Starting a new Minecraft world for some people can feel a lot like starting a new sketch journal or putting the first paint strokes on a canvas. It shouldn't feel this way. The Minecraft world is nearly endless. Biomes repeat and loop. There are millions of generated structures, including multiple end portals. You're not stuck to any project or any spawn point. If you start a world and are bored of what you're building, or the biome you picked, or the materials you've collected, you have every opportunity to pack up some essentials and move. Journey on and find something new. And at the end of the day, if that's not for you either, you can always start a new world. Find a seed online that looks good for you. Try changing the generation settings. Try using a bonus chest if you want. This game has literally endless possibilities and opportunity for you to take advantage of at any time. And all of that being said, you're not required to commit to a forever world. If that 2-week Minecraft phase suits you, that's okay too. But I do hope that my tips prove somewhat helpful for those of you looking for ideas on how to get started on your forever world, if that's what you want to do. If you have any more ideas you'd like to see me explore, please let me know. If you made it this far, please leave a like, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching.